I went camping alone last winter. Something I had done before, but never again. After that night, I wanted silence, isolation, and distance from people. I drove deep into a state forest, following a narrow, snow-covered trail that looked forgotten by time. There were no other vehicles, no signs of recent visitors. After parking at an unused pull-off, I hiked another 20 minutes with my dog Roscoe until we reached a small clearing surrounded by thick, frozen trees. The snow was untouched. Smooth and perfect, I felt calm. That feeling wouldn't last. I set up my tent, layer my winter gear, and build a small fire. Roscoe stayed close, playful but alert. The woods were silent in a way that felt unnatural. The kind of silence that presses against your ears, snow-absorbed sound, my father once told me. And that night proved him right. While I ate dinner by the fire, Roscoe suddenly stood and barked toward the tree line. I assumed it was deer. He calmed down after a moment, but unease lingered 20 minutes later. He barked again, louder, more aggressive. Then I heard it too, footsteps crunching slowly through the snow. They stopped when I stood, then started again. Roscoe growled, then went completely silent. That was when I saw him. A shape stood at the edge of the trees, partially lit by the fire. I called out, trying to sound calm. The figure stepped forward. It was a man. He asked what I was doing out there, his tone cold and unfriendly. I explained myself. He stared without responding. I told him I was armed. He laughed softly and mocked me, saying I should invite him instead of threatening him. Then he turned and walked back into the woods, disappearing into darkness. I stood frozen long after he left. I extinguished the fire, killed all light, and sealed myself inside the tent. Roscoe stayed close as I tried to sleep. Hours later, footsteps returned, slow, deliberate. They stopped right outside my tent. Roscoe howled. The person stood there, shifting weight in the SN. July 4th weekend, 2025. I traveled from Florida to Charleston to visit my friend Mark. The city was alive, loud, and packed with tourists. The first time we saw him was near the market. By the water, he wore a wedding suit. Clean pressed, perfect. A boudier polished shoes. Long black curly hair. He moved slowly, unnaturally, as if disconnected from everything around him. The crowd was loud, but he moved alone, unnoticed. Something about him felt wrong. Not homeless, not drunk. Just off, we avoided crossing the street near him and walked away quickly minutes later. In a completely different area, we saw him again. Same slow movement, same directionless wandering. There was no logical way he could have reached that spot. Without us seeing him, we tried to ignore it. The next night after fireworks, we joined a ghost tour. Charleston was packed music, laughter, lights everywhere. Then in the middle of the crowd, we saw him again. Same suit, same pace. People brushed past him without reacting, as if he wasn't fully there. For one brief moment, he looked directly at us. No expression, no curiosity, just awareness. Then he continued forward and vanished into a darker street. Neither of us spoke. We didn't need to. We both knew something wasn't right. That night, I slept on the couch downstairs. I woke to a soft tapping on the window. At the end of the alley, I saw a man turning the corner. The wedding suit. He looked back at the window before disappearing. Mark doesn't believe in the paranormal. Even he admitted it disturbed him. Some things don't chase you. They simply appear again and again. Until you notice them. I live alone. Routine made me careless, that's why. It took too long to realize something was wrong. It started with a soft thump near the back of my house. Around 2 a.m., I brushed it off. The next morning, the back door handle felt loose. I ignored it another night. My porch light was off when I came home, even though I always leave it on. My phone charger was unplugged. In the morning, I convinced myself I did it in my sleep. Then I heard footsteps at night, slow, heavy. I found muddy shoe prints near the back door. They were smeared like someone tried to wipe them away. Scratch marks surrounded the lock. I changed the lock that night. I woke to light tapping on my bedroom door, fingertips testing it. The back door was unlocked. In the morning, someone was inside my house while I slept. Police found nothing the first time. The second night I stayed awake. Around 2 a.m., I noticed the basement door was cracked open. I saw the outline of someone Standing at the bottom of the stairs, Iran police returned and brought him out in handcuffs. Barefoot, silent. He never looked at me. They found food wrappers, water bottles, insulation used as bedding, and a phone charger plugged in behind the furnace. He had been living there watching me. Days later, scrolling my phone, I found a photo taken at 3:00 a.m. It was me asleep in my bed, taken from inside my room. That was the moment everything broke. I no longer trust silence. I no longer assume safety. Some horrors don't knock. They wait until you stop paying attention.